Hi everyone and welcome to my studio. This is so exciting. My name is Gideon and I'm also known as Gideon's Light, and I'm here to be your creatively fit coach. So grab your canvas, grab your paints and your art journal and join me in my studio as I show you how profound it can be in your life if you allow some space to be creative. So join me now as I show you how. Hello everybody, it is me Gideon and welcome to my studio. Right, I can't believe that we are already at week number 8, and our prompt for this week, jumping right in, is the color black and the color white. And I want you to get out all of your art supplies that is black and white, because that is what we are going to be playing with in our art journal today. So I already prepared this very first page in my art little journal, and I used 2 specific products that I would like to tell you a little bit about as we get into this week's prompt. So the first one is a black ground or geisha, and the other one is a white geisha. Now, if you are familiar with these products, you know that they are the ground that we use to prepare a canvas or page with that we want to paint on. But it really also prepares a page for a multitude of media. But particularly, I do love this black acrylic geisha from Dala. It gives this velvety, chalky, matte finish that I absolutely love. And this side, I used a premium geisha from Montmartre, which is just white. Now, I chose this beginning page in our journal because some of my previous colors bled through because I used so much water. So I will have to come back and just correct this a little bit. But you know what? It's also not entirely necessary because it all adds to the flavor. But if you wanted to, if you were in my position, then you can always come back and correct some of these. So some of these ink spilled through, and I thought, you know, what a perfect start to this little journal is to play with the black and white over here. Please forgive my lighting this day as I'm recording right now during load shedding, so I don't have any massive lights going. I do have a tight schedule today, so I have to try and fit everything in. So I've prepared us a page with black geisha and a page with white geisha, and the next part of our prompt for today is to play with shapes that you find on playing cards. So we've got the spade, the heart, the diamond and the club, and that is going to be our inspiration. I also wanted to share with you just a little bit of information about the color psychology. Let's talk about white. White has a number of meanings and associations, although these may vary depending on the individual and the culture in which they live. Some of the main associations often connected to the color white includes purity, innocence, cleanliness, blankness, coldness, emptiness, simplicity, and minimalism. Wow, that's quite a mouthful, isn't it? And then black. In color psychology, black's color meaning is symbolic of mystery, power, elegance, and sophistication. In contrast, the color meaning can also evoke emotions such as sadness and anger. Many fashion retailers have used black in their logos, and as we know, black is always fashionable. Black is also a popular color for text as it can be easily read. So that is just some simple information around the color black and white, but do drop me a comment and tell me, what do you think about black and white and how do you feel about it? Do you like working with it as its pure form? Tell me a little bit more about that. I do feel though that black and white are our two extremes of our value scale. So black is black, white is white, and there is the 50 shades of grey in between. And that is what you can use to tone or shade any color with, giving you an endless supply of color shades to play with in your artwork. But today we're going to focus on its pure form, and I want to jump right in actually and play with sorry, I just saw I put this cup in wrong. Let's play with one of our markers, and seeing that we are going to be doing some card playing shapes, I thought I would start off here with my favorite, and that is heart shapes, and just see where that takes us. So drop me a comment and tell me where you're watching from, and say hello to me. I'm just trying to reverse this shape in my mind while talking to you guys. That's not always so easy. So if you're new here and this is your first episode that you're watching from me, thank you for taking the time to watch what I have to offer. Do like this video and hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss out on any of my future offerings. I've just switched here to an oil pastel, and I quite like the diamond shapes that I'm able to make with just drawing a little diagonal mark with my little pastel. And this is an oil pastel that I've used here. I'm gonna just break this white one of mine as well, because I would like to mirror some of these shapes on this side. Let's get some diamond shapes going here. So I already started earlier in just creating a little bit of pattern in the background, and I used this little stencil from La Papier, and it's just little diamond shapes in various sizes. So I just traced on my white page with a black marker and on my black page with a white marker. Now, one of the white markers that I absolutely have to give a shout out to, and please, I don't get paid to do this, I just shout out a product that I absolutely love, that is working for me, and they deserve a shout out. And this is a Jelly Roll 10 from Sakura, Japan. These are the best white roller jelly markers that I have come across, because they are nice and opaque and they always write. Even sometimes if I drew through an oil pastel or something like that, I found with other pens then they can stop writing, and that's quite frustrating. So if you are interested in a good jelly roll brand, then I can definitely recommend Sakura. Check that out in your local art supply store. Now this is just a standard, what should we call it, China marker that the dressmakers use. So let's see what we can do with this little marker. And on the black geisha that has a nice chalky finish, it gives me a very nice contrasting mark that I can make. And that was a lot of fun. So I think it's a great thing to sort of switch around with some various mediums and sizes to bring some variety to our page. This is an oily ink permanent marker from Mataro, a jumbo size one, and I quite like them because you can draw these nice, thick, bold lines with them, and I always think that is excellent. So I'm just playing here and go off the page a little bit to create some visual interest and some drama. And who would have guessed that playing with black and white can be so dramatic and so much fun. Now there's some shapes that I miss here. Okay, so we've got hearts and we've got some diamonds. So we need to do some clubs and clovers. Now this is a Posca Uni Posca white marker that I absolutely adore as well. Because like I said, if you want to make crisp, clear white lines in your artwork and you don't want to struggle with a brush, then this is definitely one of the brands that you should try out. Because as you can see, I can draw over almost any medium with it. And what I like about it is it's acrylic. So it's acrylic paint in a marker. So if you are a multimedia artist like myself, I do like the fact that this is acrylic paint. I also have a white, just ordinary wax crayon that I want to play with here. And I think we need a nice spade over there. And let's do another one over there. I feel my white page needs a bit of drama. So let me get out, what have I got here? I've got an oil charcoal, a soft one here. And let's also do a nice big spade over here. And it's okay if your shapes isn't perfect. It's not about perfection. It is about experimentation. It is about play. And I quite like that I could smear some of these oil pastels as my hand was going over it, because that's another way to activate your page and just to bring in some contrast and movement into your page. That's interesting. This is exciting. Let me see. This is that jelly roll Shakira that I talked about. And let's just do some diamond shapes over this heart. I don't like to do too much detail early on in my video, because it takes a lot of concentration for me to talk to you guys and to do a demonstration at the same time. So forgive me, sometimes I come back later and I play with my page a little bit more, and then I share it as part of my video as I continue to complete this page and play with it a bit later. So the most important thing for this week is that you get out your art supplies and you play with black and white, and you be inspired by the symbols that you find on playing cards. Now, before I move on to a part of the video where I don't necessarily talk so much to you guys. I'm going to switch to my acrylic drawing ink, and I'm going to just splatter a little bit of ink to create a little bit of texture and drama on my white page, and I'm going to allow that to dry, and then I will come back when this is dry and maybe do some negative painting and positive painting around some of these shapes to further accentuate it and to play with this inspiration for the week. So I decided to just play a little bit here with my black and white ink because it gives me such a nice contrast, and I can splatter a little bit. What would a page be without a little bit of splatter, right? So there we go. You have the prompt for the week. I'm going to continue to play on this page and I'll share with you how I finish this page. But do join us on the Creative Heart, my private group on Facebook. Take photographs of your little art journal and the inspiration prompt that I gave you, and share it with us there so that we can share in your joy and inspiration as you also get into your creative practice. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys again next week with another prompt to play in your art journal. So thanks for spending time with me. Drop me a hello and I will speak to you guys again next week. So bye-bye for now.